Guys, it's Damien from Marketing Food Online. So I have a really quick question I had one of my subscribers send me, and I promised him that I actually would answer it via the video because I think there's a handful of subscribers that actually have the same question. It's very similar to one that I have gotten before. So I want to go ahead and cover that. And actually, the question was in regards to using Amazon's FBA service, okay? And that's the fulfillment by Amazon. Sending the product, really quick to recap what that is, sending the product to Amazon, they put it in a warehouse, and then they sell it as far as handling the shipping, the customer service, the packaging, everything on the backside of the transaction. They do that for you, but of course, you know, they will charge you a fee for that, and it is a little bit higher and compared to a seller fulfilled product where you yourself are actually handling the shipping, the customer service, and all of that. Okay, so the question was actually in regards to a video I did recently about case packs and individual items. So what I want to do is really quick read it. I have printed up the question really quick. And it really states is I have two cases of products from a manufacturer, and he's looking to sell the items individually and not as a case pack. But if he were to send the case pack in, he has two cases of this item. How would you label it, and would it make sense? Was there a pro and a con to shipping it by a case pack or individually? So basically, the question is this: is it going to make more sense to send a product to Amazon and sell it by individual units? Or would it make sense to keep them all together in a case pack and sell it as one solid case pack? Okay, so there's a handful of questions you need to ask kind of yourself on this, okay? And I'm going to give you those questions. Number one, is it going to make more sense as far as your margins, your profit goes, to sell the product individually? So let's say you have 12 items in each of those two boxes. So you have 24 potential transactions, right? And now those transactions, are they going to make you $2, $3, $4 a unit when you sell them individually? Or is this a high ticket item? The question itself actually didn't specify the price point, and that's okay. It doesn't have to. If it's a very high end item, like let's say if it's $100 a unit and you have 24 of them, now you're talking about it may be beneficial for your bottom line for you to sell it individually, okay? If it's an item, in my opinion, if it's an item that you're making $2 to $3 a piece on and you've got 24 of them and you want to sell them individually, I wouldn't go through the trouble. I would just sell them for the case pack, okay? So the first question you got to ask yourself is, am I making per transaction, okay? If I sold 24 units individually, am I making enough money? Am I making the profit I really want to make? Or is it just going to make sense to unload two full cases and maybe sell it for $200 for the case, and then you make a bigger profit because it's only going to be two transactions and you have a better margin, okay? Selling 24 individual units is fine. But at the end of the day, you know, if you have to go through anticipating and trying to sell 24 transactions to make $2 a transaction, in my book, it's not worth it. If you're making $20, $30 a unit, you might want to think about doing it individually. So first question is, how much money do you really want to make as far as how it's going to be sold, individually or by the case? You have to determine that. I honestly don't know what you paid for the product, so you got to figure out what's really best for you, okay? Then the next question was really quick in regards to how to label. Okay, so if you are buying a product that's manufactured and it is already packaged, hold on one second, I'll grab some. All right, this is just off my desk. Okay, so let's say it was this item. This is paint. This has nothing to do with food, but if you buy 24 of these, right, and it's pre-made and it has a barcode already on it, and you want to sell this like this individually because it has a barcode, so you would create your listing with all this information. It's purple paint, it's acrylic, the name, and then you'd put that in there. The UPC will be the identifying scan barcode that they will scan, okay? So when you create your listing, you got to put that on there. So their system knows that this is the item you're selling. You're not selling a case of them. You're selling an individual unit because it's got a barcode, okay? Now, to mix it up a little bit different, like most of our products are items that don't have barcodes initially, not on every single one of them. We do have on some, but what happens is that Amazon can actually generate a barcode for their system, and you print up that little label, and I've done a handful of videos on my channel. You can check them out in regards to how those labels work and what they are. So it kind of creates a barcode for their system, and that's basically to be put on the individual units. Now, if you create the listing and you're selling it by the case, you would put that barcode and that information on the case pack on the outside, not individually. and then you seal the box up and you put the label that I did, I think six or seven videos back, if you look at my channel. There is a specific video I did about that. There is a specific label that you can, there's a terminology, there's about 3 or 4 words that you use, and it's sold as a case pack. Do not open. That type of terminology will let the warehouse know that they're not supposed to cut open that box. It's sold by the case, okay? But you've got to mark it on the outside because they won't know. So, really quick, I hope that answers the question. So the really biggest questions you need to ask yourself is the individual unit or case pack the type of margin, the type of profit that you're looking to make? If it is, figure out which one of those two is best for you. When you're labeling it, make sure that if you're buying stuff from a manufacturer, is what it sounds like the question was. So yeah, so if you're buying something from the manufacturer, it's a good likelihood that they probably have a barcode on it. That UPC number is what you need to put in as an identifier for the Amazon warehouse workers to scan that specific barcode, okay? And if you don't have one, that's perfectly fine too. Just make sure you specify that when you send in the FBA order, and it will generate a barcode for you. So I hope that answers the question really quick, 6 minutes on there, and I'll see you guys on the next video. And again, if you have questions about this question, let me know down below, and I'll answer your question about the question. So I'll see you guys then.